Hi guys, Andy from Estella's Revenge, and I am here today to review The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. And this book won the Orange Prize for Fiction a couple years ago, maybe last year, 2012, I can't remember, when the Orange Prize was still the Orange Prize. It has since been renamed. So I've had this book on my e-reader for quite a while, and I really don't know why I put off reading it, but I had added it to a list of books that I wanted to read before the summer was out, and so I got to this just a week or two ago, and really enjoyed it. So just to give you a little synopsis, it is not necessarily a retelling, but an expansion of a story from the Iliad, specifically about the relationship between Achilles, who everybody knows Achilles' name, the greatest warrior of all time, supposedly, according to Greek mythology, and it is about his relationship with Patroclus. And so, because I have not read the Iliad, I was not too well versed in the original stories of these two characters. So I did a lot of Googling to find out a little bit more of the original story, and it really enriched my experience reading The Song of Achilles. So, Achilles and Patroclus in the Iliad, it's never really fully explained what their relationship is. There's been some debate, I think, whether they were romantically linked or they were just close companions and friends. But in this book, Madeline Miller is essentially telling a love story between these two men. So Patroclus, when he is young, is cast out of his kingdom by his father. He is a prince, but he accidentally kills someone, and so as a result of that has to be exiled. So he goes and lives in another kingdom where Achilles is the prince, and he comes up there as an adolescent. They grow up together from, I guess, about the time they are 9 or 10 years old, and they become fast friends. I mean, they are legitimately good friends at that young age. Patroclus thinks Achilles is one of just the most beautiful, elegant people that he has ever seen. Achilles is half god. His mother is Thetis, who is a nymph, a sea nymph. And so, yeah, he has kind of this otherworldly beauty and ability about him that makes him a great warrior. And so it is a prophecy that he will be the greatest warrior that the world has ever seen. And so the book really follows them through their childhood and adolescence up to the time of the Trojan War. And if you don't know the story, I won't tell you, but most people know the story and kind of know how this is going to end, that it's somewhat tragic, but I won't give it all away. So anyway, Patroclus and Achilles eventually go, and Achilles studies with Chiron, who is a centaur. And if you've even read the Percy Jackson books, you're familiar with this character. They live on a mountain, they learn to track, they learn things about herbs and, how to capture food and things of that nature. I just really enjoyed the descriptions of everyday life during this time period. And of course, there were legitimate interactions with gods and demigods, because that was a common thing. I mean, this comes from mythology, and it's made very real, but you still have those magical, mystical, mythological elements as well. So it was a really nice mix. And so as they get older, they begin to fall in love with one another, and they have a very strong romantic relationship that has to endure quite a few trials and tribulations and tragedies. But I just thought it was incredibly well written. The love story was beautiful. I mean, it just absolutely captured my heart and imagination, and I enjoyed it so much. So yeah, I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. It was really a toss-up because I really liked it. I read through it really quickly, and I was really touched by it. Ultimately, I was surprised it didn't make me cry. And when a book involves me that emotionally, it's that much closer to, I'm that much closer to knowing that it's a 5-star read. This one didn't make me cry, but, I mean, it was still quite involving. So definitely 4, almost 5 stars, 4.5 stars, if I could give it that on Goodreads. It was a great book. I can see why it won the awards that it's won, and has been so critically acclaimed. It was a great book, a great read. Loved it, enjoyed it. I think everybody should read it. So, that's my gushing review of The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. So if you've read this book, feel free to leave some comments if this is something that sounds interesting to you. I'd love to talk about it, and I hope y'all have a great day. Bye.